Ever since Super Mario Maker 2 was released, I've been trying to make a level that requires 2 or more players to complete it. However, with the current state of Nintendo's online implementation, that's just not possible. You will always have to check if a level is beatable by a single player in order to upload it to Nintendo's servers. Or do you? If you've seen my previous, holy fuzzy, 3 videos on this subject, I had thought I cracked the code. This simple machine was able to detect if the level was being played in single player, local multiplayer, or online multiplayer and open different paths accordingly. However, I lied. This contraption was based on the assumption that shells hitting question blocks would release a number of items equal to the number of players. And while this was the case in local multiplayer, through this very scientific test I've learned it's not the case in online multiplayer. Meaning everyone who used this contraption to make their multiplayer levels, well, players who got this level online were forced down the single player path. How could I have been so irresponsible? No wonder I'm always being called Ceave Gaming 2.0. Maybe it's just time I hang up my hat and... oh, wait, I fixed it. And I've even gotten it to work in 3D World. And it's actually surprisingly simple. So are you ready? Let's do this. Here Mario finds himself in a cave that's got some stuff in it. Okay, skip the lore, let's just get into the specifics. The core design of this contraption relies on 2 things we know to be true. In local multiplayer, a number of items equal to the number of players will be released when a question block is hit by a shell, and in online multiplayer, certain items that didn't come out of a question block will respawn after 5 seconds. Putting these 2 things together, we can create something that reliably determines if there is at least more than one player, no matter what game mode the level is being played in. Let's take a look at this one, which works in all 4 of the original game styles. It looks deceptively similar to my last few designs because, well, it's basically identical, except for this small addition right here, but we'll get back to that. First, we'll see what happens when the room is loaded in single player. This shell releases a mushroom out of a hidden block, which travels to the right and activates a P-switch. Once the P-switch timer runs out, Mario is free to enter the blue pipe. Now, how about local multiplayer? Once again, the shell hits a hidden block, but now more than one mushroom is released. The first mushroom does exactly the same thing as before. However, now that the P-switch is active, any additional mushroom will be able to travel to the far right note block. This note block activates a bomb, which drops down a launcher, cutting off the blue pipe and allowing entry into the red pipe. Deja vu, right? Now the deciding factor. How does this behave in online multiplayer? We know that only one Yum Yum mushroom will be released from the hidden block, and the first mushroom that is released activates this P-switch. And once the P-switch becomes active, it destroys this helpless mushroom on the left. However, in online multiplayer, mushrooms will respawn after being destroyed. This means 5 seconds after the P-switch is active, the mushroom will respawn, now able to travel to the right and activate the bomb. Hooray! However, we aren't done yet. There's still one thing that has been bugging me since I've started this endeavor. Why can I not figure out how to make a similar contraption in the 3D World game style? Surely just because there are no note blocks or shellmets doesn't mean it's impossible, right? With all the additional mechanics found in 3D World, it should only be a matter of time before we figure out how to create a multiplayer detection contraption, and sure enough, we have. While we can't receive inputs from mushrooms by having them travel over note blocks, we can use the fact that fire flowers cause bob-ombs to turn around when coming into contact with them. This means we can create a contraption that determines if the level is being played in single player or multiplayer purely based on whether this bob-omb is allowed to walk to the right or convinced to turn around to his doom. So how does this all work? Well, a P-switch and a hidden block containing a fire flower are triggered as soon as the room loads. In single player, the bob-omb will simply walk to the right of the screen, and after the P-switch timer runs out, Mario can enter the blue pipe. In local multiplayer, when the hidden block is activated, the fire flowers will jump out, blocking the bob-omb's path, leading him to a crusher that drops a bill blaster. In online multiplayer, this fire flower that was previously destroyed when the P-switch was activated will respawn right before the Bob-omb can pass it, causing it to turn around and suffer the same fate. With these contraptions, we can finally build the Portal 2 puzzle maps and Fortnite free-for-alls that belong in Mario Maker 2. I hope that you enjoyed this little video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and maybe if you're feeling especially like I just copied Ceave Gaming's video today and want to hit the subscribe button as well. I hope that all of you have a wonderful day, and to see you soon. Goodbye.